Watch this. Because what you are about to hear is not just another explanation about anxiety. It is a brutal mirror of your own mind. A mirror that reveals truths you may never have dared to face. Your mind, that constant voice that never goes silent, creating scenarios even when the world around you is perfectly calm. Your mind that fires thoughts like poisoned arrows. What if you fail? What if you lose everything? What if no one ever truly accepts you? And suddenly, your heart races, your breath shortens, your muscles tighten as if preparing to fight or run. But run from what? A wild animal? A fire? No, you run from yourself, from invisible thoughts, yet your brain treats them as if they were mortal threats. That is how anxiety is born. A false alarm inside your brain. A hidden program that activates on its own, even when there is no real danger. The amygdala, the primitive part of your mind, pulls the trigger. And without realizing it, you believe the alarm. You tremble. You panic. You obey a threat that was never real. For millions of people, anxiety is no longer just an occasional visitor. It has become a permanent guest. It shows up at work, in conversations, at night when you try to sleep, even in moments of peace. It's like a ghost, invisible, but controlling every move you make. And the cruelest part, the more you fight against anxiety, the stronger it becomes. Because every attack leaves a mark in your brain. Every repeated fear builds a deeper, faster, more automatic circuit, until one day you realize it's no longer you behind the wheel. It's anxiety. It decides your sleep, your energy, your confidence. It defines who you are and who you can never become. But what if I told you there is a hidden trick inside the mind itself? A trick that can shut down that invisible alarm. A secret key you can trigger in seconds to take back control. Here, on Psychological Shadow, we expose the hidden tricks of the mind. Because your most dangerous enemy was never out there. It has always been inside of you. And today, I will reveal one of the most powerful secrets from coaching and psychology, the mental anchor, a simple yet transformative technique, a way to reprogram your brain to associate a physical gesture with a state of calm and safety. An anchor that, when created the right way, becomes your silent trigger against anxiety. But before I show you how it works, you need to understand why your mind loves to trap you in anxiety, how that cycle is built inside your brain, and what you must do to finally break it. Get ready, because in the next few minutes, you won't just hear about anxiety. You will see, once and for all, how your mind manipulates you. And more importantly, you will discover how to finally fight back. If what you've heard so far resonates with you, if you've felt the shadow of anxiety tightening its grip on your chest, then listen closely, because this journey we take on this channel is not just about psychology, it's about survival. Most people run from their own mind. They drown themselves in distractions. They numb the symptoms. They hide behind masks. But here, on Psychological Shadow, we face the mind for what it really is, a maze full of traps, and only by walking through it with open eyes can we learn how to escape. Every week, we uncover the hidden tricks your mind uses against you, the loops of fear, the false memories, the invisible sabotage that shapes your emotions and decisions. And the truth is, the more you ignore these shadows, the stronger they grow. But when you expose them to the light of awareness, something extraordinary happens. You begin to take your power back. So if you've ever questioned why your thoughts turn against you, if you've ever felt prisoner to your own mind, then this is your place. Here, you'll not only discover why you suffer, you'll learn how to break the cycle. So don't just watch in silence. Join this journey. Subscribe to Psychological Shadow, turn on notifications, and let your voice echo in the comments below. Share your experience, your fear, your victories, because you'll find out you're not alone in this. Stay with me until the end of this video, because before it's over, I will reveal to you a technique that has the power to silence anxiety in seconds. A hidden anchor that you can carry everywhere, unseen, untouchable, unstoppable. But first, you must see clearly how anxiety was planted in your brain and why it refuses to let you go. Anxiety does not appear out of nowhere. It has a birthplace deep inside your brain. And once you understand this origin, you will see why it feels impossible to control. Your brain was designed for one primary purpose: survival. Long before cities, jobs, or deadlines existed, your ancestors lived in constant danger. Every rustle in the bushes could mean a predator. Every shadow in the night could hide a threat. The human brain evolved to detect danger faster than reason could intervene. That is where the amygdala comes in. It's a small almond-shaped structure in your brain, but it holds immense power. It is the alarm system, scanning your world, always ready to trigger fear. When it senses danger, it floods your body with adrenaline. Your heart races, your muscles tighten, your breath quickens. All of this prepares you to fight or run. Thousands of years ago, this reaction saved lives. But today, the threats are no longer lions or snakes. They are emails, arguments, bills, loneliness, uncertainty. Your brain cannot tell the difference. To the amygdala, a critical text message from your boss feels as urgent as a predator chasing you. That's why anxiety feels so overwhelming. Because biologically, your body believes you are in mortal danger, even if all that exists is a thought. But the trap goes deeper. Once the amygdala fires, it bypasses your rational brain. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that reasons, analyzes, calms, is silenced. Logic disappears. You can't think your way out, because your brain has already chosen survival mode at any cost. And here lies the cruel paradox. The more often this alarm goes off, the more sensitive it becomes. The amygdala learns. It grows quicker, louder, more aggressive. What once required a real threat can now be triggered by a memory, a glance, or even silence. That is why anxiety spreads. It does not stay confined to one area of your life. It seeps into everything: work, relationships, even the moments you should feel peace. Because once the alarm has been trained, it does not need a reason. It rings anyway. And each time it rings, it strengthens the cycle. Your body remembers, your neurons wire together. Fear becomes automatic, until the day comes when you no longer need danger to feel panic. The panic is the danger. This is how anxiety is born. Not as weakness, not as choice, but as a biological survival system that has gone rogue. A system that once kept us alive, but now keeps us trapped. And if you don't understand this, if you keep thinking anxiety is just in your head, then you will never break free. Because the truth is, anxiety does not begin in your imagination. It begins in your brain's oldest circuitry. The question now is, if your own mind is the one pulling the alarm, how can you ever silence it? Anxiety does not politely knock on the door of your mind. It breaks in, and once it's inside, it rearranges everything. It doesn't just visit, it takes control. At first, you think you can manage it. You tell yourself it's just stress. You try to push it aside, distract yourself, breathe it away. But slowly, anxiety begins to write the script of your life. Decisions you once made with confidence now feel impossible. Simple choices become battles. Your world shrinks, one anxious thought at a time. This is how anxiety wins, not in one dramatic attack, but in thousands of small ways. It dictates how you wake up, how you speak to people, how you move through the day. It steals your sleep. It poisons your focus. It whispers doubts until they sound like truth. And the cruelest trick, it convinces you that you are the problem, that you are weak, broken, defective. So instead of fighting anxiety, you fight yourself. And that's exactly how it keeps its power. Anxiety is not just in your head. It rewires your brain and body. Every time the alarm sounds, cortisol floods your system. Your body stays tense long after the threat is gone. Your nervous system never resets. And the more it happens, the more normal it feels. Chaos becomes your baseline. That's why people live years in constant anxiety without realizing it. They think it's just who they are. I've always been nervous. I just overthink. No, you were not born this way. Your mind was trained, programmed by repetition. And now, anxiety holds the remote control. It chooses when your heart races. It decides when your hands shake. It determines when your chest feels like it's collapsing under invisible weight. And it never asks your permission. Worse, anxiety multiplies. One anxious thought doesn't stay alone. It breeds more, spiraling into what-if loops that never end. What if I fail? What if I'm judged? What if I lose everything? And the longer you listen, the stronger the loop becomes, until the loop is no longer just in your mind. It's in your body. Your body remembers the panic before your thoughts even form. You feel anxiety before you even know why. It controls you like a puppet master pulling strings you can't see. This is why anxiety is so dangerous. It doesn't just make you feel uncomfortable. It robs you of your freedom. It narrows your life into a cage built from fear. And the more you fight against it, the tighter the cage becomes. But what if you could find a way to break the cycle? What if you had a secret weapon hidden inside yourself? Something stronger than anxiety's grip? There is a way, a technique that coaches, psychologists, and even elite performers use to take back control. It's called the anchor. And once you understand it, anxiety will never control you in the same way again. Up until now, anxiety has seemed unstoppable, like a storm that arrives without warning, sweeping away your calm, your control, your sense of safety. But what if I told you that within this storm, there is a hidden switch, a secret mechanism you can use to take back control in seconds? This is where the anchor enters. The anchor is not magic, it is psychology, it is neuroscience. It is a technique that works because it speaks the language of your brain, the language of association. Think about it. Your mind already creates anchors without you realizing it. A song can pull you back to childhood in an instant. A smell can trigger memories you thought were long forgotten. One gesture, one sound, one place can bring back the exact emotions of a moment from years ago. This is not coincidence. It is how your brain works. Now, imagine using that same power intentionally. Imagine creating an anchor not for random memories, but for calm, for strength, for peace. That is what the anchor is. A physical gesture linked directly to an emotional state. When you press your fingers together, clench your fist, or touch your chest, whatever gesture you choose, and repeat it while experiencing deep calm, your brain wires the two together. The gesture becomes a trigger, and with practice, that trigger works instantly. In the middle of panic, when your heart is racing and your thoughts are spiraling, you activate your anchor, and your brain remembers. It remembers the calm you linked to that movement. It brings it back, faster than thought, faster than logic, faster than fear. To the outside world, it looks like nothing, a simple touch, a subtle movement. But inside, it is your hidden weapon, a silent signal to your nervous system. Stand down, you are safe. This is why coaches use it. This is why therapists teach it, because it bypasses the chaos of the conscious mind. It doesn't ask you to think your way out of anxiety. It trains your body to respond differently. And the beauty of it, your anchor is yours alone. Personal, invisible, always within reach. You can carry it everywhere. In a crowded room, in the middle of an argument, lying awake at night. No one needs to know, but you will feel the shift. Anxiety wants you to believe it owns you, that once it begins, you are powerless. But the anchor proves the opposite. It shows that even in your darkest moments, you have the ability to flip the switch. But be warned, it must be built with care. You cannot just snap your fingers once and expect a miracle. The anchor must be created, repeated, strengthened. Like training a muscle, the more you use it, the more powerful it becomes. So the question is, are you ready to stop letting anxiety command your life? Are you ready to program your mind with a trigger stronger than fear? Because once you do, you will never look at your mind the same way again. Now you know the truth. Anxiety is not weakness. It is not who you are. It is a program, ancient, automatic, ruthless. A program that hijacks your mind and body, forcing you to live in survival mode even when no danger exists. But you've also seen something else. The program can be interrupted. The anchor is living proof, a gesture, a trigger, a personal code that tells your brain, calm down, you are safe. The question is no longer whether anxiety controls you. The question is, are you ready to take control back? Because here's the dark truth. If you do nothing, the cycle continues. Every panic, every racing thought, every sleepless night will only deepen the circuit in your brain. Anxiety will grow louder. The cage will grow smaller. And soon, your life will not belong to you at all. It will belong to fear. But you are not here by accident. You are here because a part of you refuses to accept this fate. Because deep down, you know there is more inside you than the constant echo of panic. And you're right. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow with an anchor already wired into your nervous system. A hidden weapon that allows you to face stress, fear, or uncertainty with calm. No one can see it. No one can take it from you. It's yours, always at your command. That is what awaits you if you are willing to take the next step. Here, on Psychological Shadow, I can show you the path. But to truly build your anchor, you need guidance. You need repetition. You need a step-by-step process that locks this technique into your brain until it becomes second nature. That's why I created something more. A powerful, in-depth guide, available now on Gumroad. In it, I will walk you through exactly how to build your own anchor. Not just theory, real practice. Exercises that will reprogram your mind. A tool you can carry with you for the rest of your life. This is not just another video. It's your chance to stop letting anxiety steal your days, your nights, your future. It's your chance to reclaim what fear has taken. The link is waiting in the description, and the choice is yours. You can continue letting your mind run the same destructive program, or you can decide, right now, to install a new one that gives you power instead of panic. Your mind has trapped you long enough. It's time to break free. So now you've seen it. How anxiety is born inside your brain. How it grows until it takes control of your life, and how the anchor can silence it. But knowing is not enough. If you want change, you must act. You must train your mind before it trains you. Here on Psychological Shadow, we reveal the dark tricks of the mind, the hidden programs that keep you trapped, and every week we go deeper into the shadows. So if this video spoke to you, subscribe now, turn on notifications, and let yourself be part of this journey. And don't just watch in silence. Speak, comment below, tell me how anxiety has shown up in your life, because your words might be the light someone else needs to step out of their darkness. And when you're ready to go further, to build your own anchor with precision and guidance, follow the link in the description. On Gumroad, you'll find a complete step-by-step guide, a process to rewire your nervous system and carry your anchor everywhere you go. Your mind has been the enemy long enough. It's time to take your power back. The choice is yours. Remain trapped in the cycle or break it. The shadow of the mind only controls you when you ignore it. But here, you have seen it. And now, you are stronger than you think. This is Psychological Shadow.